Konnichiwa! Welcome to Japanese Cooking Ichie. This time I'll introduce my top 3 Japanese appetizers using cabbage. My cucumber side dish video was well received, so today I'll introduce my favorite cabbage appetizers. At the end, I'll compare the 3 dishes, so be sure to check it out. Now, let's get making. First, we will make steamed cabbage namul. It has a light flavor, so it is a recommended dish when you want a side dish for your meal. Please see the description for a list of ingredients. First, prepare 1/4 of a cabbage, about 200 grams. The cabbage stem is tough and takes a long time to cook, so remove it first. Next, peel the cabbage leaves one by one and separate them. As you can see, the outer leaves of the cabbage may have thick, tough stems attached. Therefore, cut off the stem part of the cabbage with a knife as shown here. It's okay to cut it roughly. Once you've cut all the cores like this, slice them thinly along with the larger cores you cut first, so that they cook more easily. If you skip this step, the texture will be unpleasant, so be sure to do it. Slicing it this thinly will be fine. Place it in a heat-resistant bowl. Next, tear the cabbage leaves into bite-sized pieces with your hands. Pieces of this size are fine. By tearing them by hand instead of cutting them with a knife, the cut surface will be jagged, allowing the flavor of the seasoning to penetrate more easily. Once all the cabbage leaves have been shredded, cover the bowl with plastic wrap and microwave. Microwave on 500 watts for 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, remove the bowl from the microwave. It will be very hot, so be careful not to burn yourself. Remove the plastic wrap from the bowl and let it cool. If you stir it a little while to let the heat escape, it will cool more quickly. Once it has cooled, prepare a bowl and add the squeezed out cabbage to it. As shown here, squeeze the cabbage firmly with your hands to thoroughly squeeze out all the water. Can you see that a lot of water has been released? If any water remains, the flavor will be dull, so be sure to do this. Once you've drained the cabbage, add the seasonings: 1 tablespoon of sesame oil, 2 pinches of salt, 1 tablespoon of toasted sesame seeds. Finally, add 1 grated garlic clove. Then mix well to ensure the seasonings are well distributed. Once mixed to a certain extent, taste it. This dish is lightly seasoned, so add salt if necessary to adjust to your liking. Now let's plate it up. Finally, sprinkle with toasted sesame seeds to taste, and it's done. Second, we will make umashio cabbage. This is an appetizer recommended for people who like strong flavors. Please check the description for a list of ingredients. First, prepare 1/4 of a cabbage, about 200 grams. The cabbage core is tough and takes a long time to cook, so remove it first and slice it thinly. This should be enough. Next, tear the cabbage leaves into bite-sized pieces with your hands. Pieces of this size are fine. By tearing them by hand instead of cutting them with a knife, the cut surface will be jagged, allowing the flavor of the seasoning to penetrate more easily. Once you've finished shredding the cabbage leaves, prepare a large Ziploc bag and put everything in it. Next, let's make the sauce. Prepare a bowl and add the seasonings. First, add 2 cloves of garlic. Finely chop the first one. Grate the second one and add it. By adding the garlic both grated and finely chopped, it will blend well with the rest of the seasoning. Now add the remaining seasonings: 1/4 teaspoon vinegar, 1 tablespoon sesame oil, 1/4 teaspoon salt, 1/4 teaspoon sugar, 1/4 teaspoon chicken stock powder, 1 tablespoon white sesame seeds, 1 to 2 teaspoons black pepper. Once everything is added, mix well. Once mixed, put it in the Ziploc bag and mix it with the cabbage. After pouring the sauce into the Ziploc bag, try to close it while leaving as much air inside as possible. This will make it easier for the sauce and cabbage to mix when you shake the Ziploc bag. By shaking it while kneading it occasionally like this, the sauce will be more evenly distributed throughout the bag. Repeat for about a minute until the flavor has been absorbed throughout the cabbage and it's done. Now, let's serve. Finally, sprinkle some more black pepper to taste and it's done. Third, we'll make infinite cabbage. This is my favorite cabbage appetizer. It's so delicious I could eat it forever. Please see the description for a list of ingredients. First, prepare 1/4 of a cabbage, about 200 grams. I won't be using the cabbage core this time, so remove it. Roughly tear the cabbage leaves into bite-sized pieces. Cutting it to this size should be fine. Place the cabbage in a bowl, cover with plastic wrap, and heat in the microwave. Now, heat in the microwave at 500 watts for about 3.5 minutes. This time, I want to retain some texture, so I'll heat it for a slightly shorter time. The cores will remain hard with this cooking time, so I didn't use them this time. Once cooking is finished, remove the bowl carefully to avoid burning yourself. Then, stir it a little to expose it to air and let it cool. Other recipes may suggest soaking it in water to cool it down, but this method is not recommended as it will make the food watery. Once the cabbage has cooled down enough that it's no longer hot to the touch, prepare another bowl and squeeze out the water. Squeeze the cabbage tightly with your hands like this to squeeze out the water. If there is too much water, the flavor will be diluted, so be sure to squeeze out all the water. Once you've squeezed out all the water from the cabbage, mix the ingredients and seasonings. First, add one 80-gram can of tuna in oil. You want to use oil that's packed with flavor, so make sure to choose tuna in oil rather than boiled in water. Add the remaining seasonings: 10 grams salted kelp, 1 teaspoon sesame oil, 1/2 teaspoon soy sauce, 1 to 2 grams dashi powder, 1/2 teaspoon chicken stock powder. In addition, to give it a punch of flavor, I'll grate in 1 clove of garlic. Finally, add 2 tablespoons of toasted sesame seeds. Once everything's added, mix well so that everything is well combined. Pay particular attention to making sure the tuna and salted kelp are mixed evenly. Once the ingredients are mixed like this, cooking is complete. Let's start plating. It looks prettier if you arrange the ingredients stacked on top of each other. And now it's finished. Now let's compare the three. First, I'll try the steamed cabbage namul. Not only does it really bring out the sweetness of the cabbage, but you can also enjoy the contrast in texture between the leaves and the core. Delicious. Next up is umashio cabbage. The punch of garlic, salt, and pepper really hits home and it's delicious. It's the perfect appetizer to go with alcohol. And finally, infinite cabbage. As the name suggests, it's so delicious you'll eat it all in one go. The umami of the tuna and salted kelp goes perfectly with the sweetness of the cabbage, making it my favorite appetizer. All three of these are recommended cabbage appetizers, so be sure to give them a try. I hope you are enjoying today's video. If you enjoyed the recipe, please let me know. If you liked this video, please subscribe to the channel and give it a thumbs up. We also have social media like Instagram, so please check them out in the description. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video. ありがとう。